Now in our 6th year, this is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Here we go again with another useless exhibition of our ego. It's Alex, and it's the Ramble, and we go until midnight tonight. Guess who's here? Yes, once again, it's time for Stephen Kravitz. Hello, Stephen. How are you?
Hello, Alex. I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. You know, tired as usual, but,
Yeah.
you know.
How was your weekend?
The weekend was uneventful. Nothing much, you know. Stayed indoors a lot because it rained, you know. So
Really?
Did it rain up there?
Not on Sunday. Sunday, I actually, myself and all my cousins got together
Oh,
on
really?
Sunday.
And have they all been inoculated and vaccinated?
Right.
And okay, that must have felt good, huh?
It felt great.
Yeah. Because you moved out there to kind of be with them, and then all of a sudden you had this COVID thing happen, and
Right.
you weren't able to. So, you know.
So it worked out.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, so otherwise you are doing okay?
Happy as a clam.
You know something? It's nice to see you happy. You know, would you say this is the happiest you've been in years?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Without question.
You're in a good place.
I'm in a very good place.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if I'll go back to doing stand-up.
Why?
Well, I've been away from it now for what? 15 months? 10 months? 15 months? Something like that?
Yeah.
And I don't really miss it.
And you don't really miss it.
Well, I miss doing the shows.
Mm-hmm.
I don't miss all the nonsense that goes with doing the shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I don't know if I have that hustle in me anymore.
So what would you do? I mean, you need some kind of an outlet, right?
Right. Well, I'll probably volunteer again with the Special Olympics.
Okay.
And hopefully I'll finally be able to write something.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my goal. I'd like to be an author.
Okay. Well, then do it. Then do it.
It's harder than you think.
Well, I know it's harder
Don't
than
just
you.
grab an empty notebook and fill it up with genius.
Well, what I'm saying is do it. You know, because that's what you want to do, and you've got the ability, you've got the time to do it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Your expenses are being taken care of pretty much by the government, right?
Right, pretty much.
Right. So you've got all this time to do something you've always wanted to do.
Right.
So you go ahead and you do it. You know.
You're right. I got no argument with you.
Like I find that. Really, I am in that position where, you know, I mean, look, nobody's going to hire me to do a radio show.
Right.
Okay, nobody's going to hire me to do that. So that being the case, why shouldn't I do things I enjoy doing?
Right.
You
right.
know? Now, I'm trying to figure out whether I enjoy doing this anymore. I mean, I don't mean talking to you. I could continue doing that every week and I'd be satisfied, you know.
Right.
But
Right.
but you know, doing a nightly show, I'm beginning to wonder whether, you know, I'm happy doing that. You know, so
Right.
I got to figure out what I'm going to do.
Well, do you want to write?
No, I did enough. I did a lot of writing in my time. I mean, more than I would like to think that I did. Okay. Because
Okay.
I did stuff for Hustler. I wrote a column every month for Hustler.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. And it wasn't about sex or anything like that. It was about all whatever hit me. Okay.
Right.
And I did that for about 5 years.
Well, I didn't know that.
You know, having to do having a deadline every month.
How many words?
Average about 1,200.
Okay.
Okay. It was a column. And because a friend of mine was the editor of Hustler. Okay. And then they cut back on expenses and stuff, and you know, the publishing business wasn't doing that well, and I was first in the door, first out the door. You know, last in the door, first out the door, rather.
Right.
So, but I did more writing than I ever thought I did. And my editor, who was my friend, Bruce David, said, "You're a very good writer." You know, so I did a lot of writing. But I found it very lonely. You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's, it's not like you sit in a room all by yourself. You can't have anybody in the room with you while you're writing.
No.
You know, you can't have the TV set on watching the news while you're writing.
No.
I
can't even have music on.
That me too. I can't have music on. So I found that the what I was doing was you know, trying to I just wasn't able to have anything else but complete utter loneliness in order to write.
Right.
And I don't like being alone. You know? So it's a very lonely profession. And it's very lonely.
It's very difficult.
And it's very difficult too. You know, it's easier today than it was years ago when I didn't think about writing, when you had to type something out and then you had to retype it out. And then you had to retype it out.
Right.
You know, until you got to find out. Well, here I just go through it and I, you know, use the word processor, and it's easy peasy.
Now, can you touch type?
No. Do you touch type?
No, absolutely.
Like that? Yeah. Well, you listen. I mean, yeah, I got pretty fast at it. I'm not very good at it anymore because my eyesight's kind of going a little bit and looking at the keys. You know.
Right.
And for some reason, I should put on the glasses when I write, but I'm not doing that, and I should do it because then I can see the keyboard better.
Well, there you go. That would help.
But I'm trying to prove to myself I don't need glasses. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Let me know how that works out.
What? Is this? Who am I looking at? No.
Now, you nearsighted or farsighted or both?
I'm just reading for reading. I just need glasses for reading.
Right.
How about you?
Both.
Both. Okay, so you got to
bifocal.
so you got to have prescription glasses. What you?
Oh
got. Yeah. I never had to have prescription glasses, really. You know, I mean, I went out and did prescriptions every now and then, just to be able to get the right, you know, thing, instead of going down to the drugstore and trying them all on to see which ones made me see best. Yeah, these usually do okay for me. You're looking okay. Well, here, don't we both look smart now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Couple of geniuses.
So, in other words, you'd rather write. Have you done a lot of writing?
Not really. No.
So you don't know.
I've attempted to do a lot of writing.
I mean, do you know whether you're good at it or not?
My own personal critique is I am not very good at it.
Okay. All right.
That's my critique.
Okay. Then you're probably pretty good at it. No, really, you know, when you think you're really good at something, you don't get any better. All right? So it's really a matter of believing that you're not as good as you think, and that makes you better, you know?
Well, it makes you strive to keep getting better.
I never thought I was that good at what I did. I know I was, okay?
Oh, yeah.
But I never felt that I was. And that kept me persevering to a point where, where I was doing okay,
Right.
And I think that's one of the reasons I did as well as I did is because I never believed I was that good.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think, that you would have a tendency to think that confidence would allow you to be good at something. But actually lack of confidence is what pushes you.
Well, ego drives the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, without ego, you wouldn't get out of bed in the morning.
Well, but if we went into what we've gone into for ego satisfaction, think again.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
every night when you got on stage, you were facing another crisis of having your self-esteem completely blown out of the water. Am I right?
Oh yeah, walking into a minefield every night.
Yeah. I mean, I think I was watching one of those Seinfeld comedians in cars getting coffee, and he was talking with another comedian, and the guy said it's like going up in front of the enemy every night.
Right.
And having to fight the enemy. So
You certainly have to prove yourself.
Yeah. I mean, everybody.
They're not,
What were you
they're
saying?
not going to give you anything. The audience is not going to give you anything until you've proven yourself.
But aren't they somewhat on your side, though? I mean, they want you to succeed because if you
Right.
succeed, they get their money's worth.
Right. They want to laugh.
Yeah. But it's a deal between you and them.
Right.
And you're out there every night. I mean, I always appreciated comics for one basic reason, and that was getting out on stage and standing there all by yourself.
Right.
And literally, if you're going to die, you die alone.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You really die alone. And
And there's no place to hide.
there's no place to hide. That's why some people go into improv. So they have somebody else to die with.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But I mean, when you're a stand-up comic, you get up there, you're naked,
Right.
And you've only got your own wits and your abilities,
And that's it.
and slowly that ability gets better and better.
Right.
People tend to think, oh, comedian must be funny from the day he gets on stage for the first time. No.
No.
There isn't a comic who ever was that good.
No.
you
Everybody bombs.
Well, it's through, isn't it through bombing that you learn?
Sure.
Oh,
Also, through success, you learn.
of course. But do you learn more through failure or success?
I'd say that's a jump ball. I'd say either or. I mean, you learn some things from failure. You don't learn other things from success. And you learn a lot for the journey in between.
Because I find you learn more from failure.
Really?
Yeah. Because when you fail, you go, I'm never going to do that again. So that's a lesson learned.
Yeah, but there's nights when I know I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
My timing is right. Everything is right. And you're just not laughing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. There are shitty audiences.
Oh, no doubt about it.
There are just audiences that just should not be audiences.
Yeah, and it wasn't your fault.
No, because you're on. Yeah, I mean, you know when you're off.
Yeah.
And you know when you're on.
Yeah.
And you can be on 100% and still bomb.
Now, what are the extenuating circumstances? I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Yeah.
God bless you. Wow.
It's called allergies.
Is that allergies?
Yeah, that's an allergic. I can tell my allergic sneeze from a cold sneeze. There's a difference.
What are you allergic to?
Whatever is out there at the moment.
So everything.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say, where were we?
Success and failure.
Success and failure. I think you learn more from failure because you go, I'm never going to do that again. Whereas with success, you go, okay, I know it works.
Right.
But you learn more from the failures because that is what propels you forward. I once said when I was starting out in this business, what I learned was when you start out in this business, the radio business, you go on the air. I got a radio show. Hey, I'm big shit. Right? I got a radio show. And you think you're goddamn good just simply because you're on the radio.
Right.
The day you start getting good is the day you realize how much you suck.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, how much you have to learn.
And I found that was about 10 years in.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't find that was overnight. You didn't find out you sucked a couple of weeks in. If that had been, you would have been a success a lot faster. No, about 10 years in, you suddenly, one day, you listen to yourself and you go, I suck. And it's from that. If you don't have that day, then you're never going to get good.
Right.
Right. You have to have that day. I mean, didn't you have that day where you said to yourself, I'm not as good as I thought I was?
Yeah, especially when it came to acting roles.
Okay.
Acting roles, I can't. Like, the more I watch me, the more critical I become, and the less I like my performance. Even though there's nothing, to back up. I mean, the performance is good. I'm just way too critical at it.
Now, do you think of yourself more as an actor or a comedian?
I'd like to be considered an actor, but I think I'm considered a comedian.
Why is that?
Why is what? Why would I rather be?
Well, no. Why is that you think you're considered more as a comedian than you are as an actor?
Because I did more shows as a stand-up than I did films or TV.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be true of just acting in general? I mean, that you're not going to work as much acting as you're going to work being a stand-up comic on a stage.
Right.
Because, whoops, there are a lot of is that another one of those robocalls? No, but that you suddenly realize that where were we? I forgot now. See, I lost my train of thought.
No, I lost it with you.
Oh, okay. Well, isn't that a terrible place to be? Let me.
Oh, we were talking about whether I consider myself more of a comic.
Okay, more of a comic than a There are more stages for you to get up on, whether you're getting paid for it or not getting paid for it.
Right.
There are more of those than there are movie roles available.
Right, and in stand-up you get that immediate, immediate response.
Yeah.
Whereas acting, you don't know until later, and you're able to look at the dailies or whatever.
With acting, aren't you working kind of in a vacuum?
Yes.
Like you don't know. In fact, even when you see the playbacks and so on, and you go, oh, that's good, that's terrible, I like that, I don't like that. You don't know whether you've done well or not till that movie comes out and people look at it.
And a lot depends on how it's edited.
Yeah.
Like this milk commercial I shot, I mean, the editing was absolutely great. It made me look really good.
Yeah.
I don't remember being that good while we were filming it, but when it aired, I was great.
Was it because of the way they edited it?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're only as here's the other thing with I found this with television. Whenever I work television, and whenever I as opposed to radio. With radio, I sat there. I had the control board. I was in charge of everything.
Right.
The success or failure was mine.
Right.
With TV,
Same with stand-up.
Yeah. When I would go out and do TV, I worked for KGO for a while doing some things for them and so on. There was a producer, there was a cameraman, there was a sound man, there was a makeup person, there was a this, there was a that. You've got about 5-6 people that you're depending upon to make you look good.
Right. That's their job.
When I was doing radio, the only person that could make me look good was me.
Right.
All right. So you're at the behest of other people, and that's why I was always really nice to my crew. So
Always.
so much so that when we had a wrap up party for this show, Log On TV, one of the cameramen came up to me and said, "You know, you're pretty good to work with for talent." Because they all sit around hating talent. So if you don't treat them well, they're not going to tell you when you got that smudge on your face. They're not going to tell you when your collar isn't upright, you know? They're just going to let you die on your own. So I learned early in that case that TV is a collaborative effort, not you.
Absolutely. Yeah. You're just the you're the talent. You're no different than makeup, or no different than costuming. You're just the talent.
Now, you in that milk commercial where you came out looking good, if you hadn't had a good person editing it and putting it together and so on, you could have looked just as bad as you looked good.
Right. The director had a lot to do with it. The worst thing, though, was I had to eat this cupcake.
Yeah.
And instead of just getting Hostess, they got these earthy, crunchy, cherry-filled cupcakes.
Yeah.
And by the end of the shoot, I was supposed to be ravenous and chowing down, and then I would spit it into a spit bucket because I wouldn't eat it all.
Right.
And by the end, when it got close to my nose, the smell of it made me sick. And then I had to gobble it down. I said, why didn't you just get Hostess? And the other thing is, I'm shooting a movie at the same time.
Yeah.
In the movie, I have to be clean shaven. And for the commercial, I needed this. I needed this little goatee.
Yeah.
So they put it on one hair at a time. And then for lunch, they had ribs. So I couldn't have any lunch.
Because you had the fake mustache.
Right. But it was wild. I mean, I really thought I was in show business. I mean, agents talking to agents, talking to producers, and when can we have them for the film? When do you have them for the commercial? And I mean, it was just great.
Yes. When was this when you did the milk commercial?
I'd say around 99.
Around 99. Okay. So that was a long
milk,
time.
the whole Got Milk campaign.
Oh, okay. All right.
They even wrote a book about it, and I'm in the book.
Oh, really? You mean about the whole Got Milk campaign?
Right. And I was one of the commercials they singled out.
Wow. Well, that must have been pleasurable.
I actually got in the breakdowns. We are looking for a Stephen Kravitz type.
You know what was the old joke about the 5 stages of show business?
No.
Who's Stephen Kravitz?
Right.
Why don't we hire Stephen Kravitz? Get me Stephen Kravitz. Stage 4, get me a Stephen Kravitz type. Stage 5, who's Stephen Kravitz? That's show business.
That's show business in a nut, there.
Right there. That's the it's scary. We live in we've allowed ourselves to be in a very scary profession.
Right.
Whether it's movies or stand-up or radio or television, it's a scary business, and you're always. I mean, I lasted on the air till I was 74.
Right.
Much longer than most people ever last in this business.
Right.
When I think about, oh well, I used to be a big shot, and I'm not there anymore, and whatever, and so on and so forth, I go, yeah, but you had a run most people only pray for.
I had a run from 1981 to 2018.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice chunk of change.
Yeah. So you can't complain.
No.
And you didn't respect it that much because you did drugs. So
Really?
Well, I'm saying you didn't respect it because I respected my talent enough that I didn't do drugs.
Right.
Because I felt it would inhibit my abilities. So I was very careful with that. There was a time when I did coke, but I don't know if that's that bad. When it comes to performing.
The thing is I had more periods while I was performing of being clean than I had of being, strung out.
All right. Okay. All right. Good.
I had more periods of being clean. Absolutely.
Hey, listen, something? We've run out of time here.
Really?
Boy, I love talking with you. I
me
tell
too.
people the reason I love talking with you is you're smart.
Wow.
You know,
That's the glasses talking.
it's the glasses talking, and the glasses are half full. Anyway, let's talk next week.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about that after we're through here. But that's Stephen Kravitz, ladies and gentlemen. Wave goodbye.
Thanks for listening, folks.
C'est Gabnet, la grande broadcast network ricain. Parler radio comme vous n'en avez jamais entendu.
Okay. We're doing that for the people out there who speak French. Okay. Why am I so weird here? I don't know. I don't understand it. All of a sudden, I'm like causing there's a little lag here. I don't understand it. Oh, well. I give up on all of this. This is too much for me. Okay. All right. All right. Let me see here. Why am I not doing as well here? I'm for some reason we are. Let me just try something here, folks. I don't know why I am out of sync tonight, and I really don't understand it totally. But we're gonna try and see if we can fix this up here. Second, let me see if I get this just right. No, it's not right. It's not right. I don't understand it. Well, well, all right. I give up. Anyway, let me go to the people, and if I can't get them right, I'm just going to have to stop the show right now and I guess start it all over again or something. I don't know why all of a sudden we don't have the same people that we normally have here. I mean, we don't have the same, it's like real staticky and all of that, Okay, well, anyway, we'll just go over and see our citizen panel and see what's happening there. Hello, are you there, guys?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, everybody else is, now all of a sudden I'm in sync everywhere. I don't know. I don't understand it. There was like a lag or something, a strange little lag that we had, and I didn't quite understand what was happening here. But I guess we're okay now, so I'm not going to argue that. What the hell went on? As soon as I went to you guys, it got better. Oh, well. Anyway, hello, everybody. How are you this evening?
Good.
If it isn't one thing, it's another fucking other, Anyway, hello to all of you, and hello to Trucker Steve, who is home now in Canada with his dog Rocky by his side. I would think that dog wouldn't want to have anything.
Upstairs.
Oh, he is upstairs.
With my wife.
Because I was going to say, I would think that dog wouldn't want to have anything to do with you after taking all that mileage with you in the truck,
This weekend is my birthday, and remember when I bought my guitar and I said I bought a second one?
Mm-hmm. Really? Oh, there it is. Look at that.
Now all I was going to do is learn how to play.
My Eddie Van Halen 5150.
Really?
Eddie Van Halen.
How much did that set you back?
Believe it or not, only just under $400.
Really?
These guitars, if you were to buy it from his website, they go from anywhere from $1,500 to about $5,000.
Wow,
but
terrific.
You got it on Amazon.
No, he probably bought it on eBay. He probably got it in a bidding
that's what I
thing.
meant.
Where'd
Eli
you-
Express.
where? What?
Eli Express.
Eli Express. Okay. Whatever that is.
Now all I was going to do is learn how to play.
Eddie Van Halen 5150.
Wait a minute. Somebody's got their audio up. Oh, Jeff,
I know, I'm like double.
turn your audio. Get rid of your browser, or
These
don't get
guitars-
rid of. Who knows
Yeah,
what?
from his website.
What?
It goes from anywhere from 1,500 to about 5,000.
I'll just wait. There we go.
Yeah.
Is that it? Oh, he hung up on us.
Okay. Well, that
One way to
Yeah.
get right.
hopefully it comes back.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened to me. Let's see here. And I don't know why I was all of a sudden I was like really slow and everything, and now everything is just fine when the cameras are in sync and it's all working fine. I have no idea. I give up on all of this. Okay, it's too much for me. Anyway, getting back to Trucker Steve. So you got the guitar. Your birthday is when? Saturday?
Saturday,
How old are you going to be?
46.
46. Okay, does that make him the youngest guy here tonight?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay, he's the kid. All right. Unless, well, if Tony calls, no, he'd still be older. Who
Oh,
else?
yeah. Tony's 50.
Who else would be older? If
Patrick would
if
probably be
Well, we're all older.
If Patrick were to call, he's about the same age you are.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
And maybe Josh is younger.
Josh.
Yeah, Josh isn't even 40 yet.
Yeah, I think Josh is younger.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Yeah, he's such an old soul. I just don't even think of him as that. Oh, by the way, you know what I haven't done tonight? Does anybody notice what I haven't done tonight? I haven't done this. There we go.
Oh,
Okay, what'd you do?
I turned on my lights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I turned them on. Now we're all set to go. I give up.
yeah.
I give up. What? What are you going to say, Charlie?
The chat room noticed that your light wasn't on. They commented a little while ago.
Oh, Alex needs to put his light on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got so wound up in the fact that I was laggy and stuff that I didn't realize that I had to do that. So I did it now. Are you happy there on the chat? Okay. The chat
Do we
is
know
always,
what-
huh?
Do we know what happened to Robert Natali? He hasn't been around lately.
Yeah, Robert hasn't been around. I don't know what's happened to Robert. You know, I could write him. You know,
Yeah.
I every now and then write him and say, "Where you been?" You know, I'd like
Every
to-
once in a while, he disappears for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Resistance is not futile, says the T-shirt tonight.
Like the Borg.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not futile. Here comes.
Omega equals V/1. See how good?
Yeah, resistance is voltage divided by current.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Ohm's law.
Ohm's law.
Dead.
Okay. Anyway, so how are we all tonight?
You're perfect.
Hmm.
I'm horrible.
Well, just saw my doctor.
Okay,
I'm
well,
doing great.
Wait a minute. John Larkin is horrible. Let's go. Do we want to go to why Charlie is great because his doctor gave him a good thing?
Yeah.
Or do we want to
Yeah,
go
I'm
to
doing great.
John Larkin and hear why he's feeling terrible? Let's first go to Charlie. Let's get the good news. So you went to the doctor today, and what did the doctor say?
So my muscle tone is good, and my neuropathy has not increased since he saw me 6 months ago.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm doing good. My blood sugar's excellent.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So for a diabetic, that's all good news. You know.
Charlie, what's your A1C?
6.2.
Nice.
What is an A1C? They keep saying that on the ads for diabetes, and it'll lower your A1C. What is the A1C?
It's like your 90-day average for blood sugar. But I have no
Snapshot,
idea
right?
what the number
Snapshot of the past 90 days, blood sugar highs and lows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of like when you fast for a test
Mhm.
and the next day they get just that one day. The A1C gets 90 days of ups and downs.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, I mean, like I have neuropathy, but I don't have diabetes. So that's, I don't know if
No.
that's unusual, but it's,
My A1C
I go to
is
see
like-
my neurologist about a week from now. And, yeah, I go see him and he does whatever he does.
You don't have to be diabetic to know what your A1C is.
Well, I don't care what my A1C is.
Okay.
I really
They
don't
never
care.
used to test for that until I became diabetic. I never heard of it.
Yeah,
before then.
yeah. I mean, I asked my doctor once, "Am I diabetic?" And he looked at the numbers and everything. He said, "No, not even close." So he would know.
All this time, I thought they were talking about the steak sauce. I had no idea.
A1C.
So freaking stupid.
Yeah, it's A1 with cinnamon. It's a new flavor they've got. Yeah. Now let's go to John Larkin, who says he feels like shit. What's your problem, John?
I heard that my Oakland A's are to be the Las Vegas A's pretty soon.
Oh, really?
Oh, they're going to follow the Raiders, huh?
Yeah, because they want a new stadium, and Oakland is not going to build them a new stadium.
They are
He
not.
even said maybe Montreal might be interested in them.
That would be cool. I would like to see them in Montreal, but anywhere but Vegas.
Not that you would go to visit him. In
Who
either
wants
place,
to
right, John?
play in 111-degree heat?
Well,
Well,
they'd have to
they have
go.
a dome stadium.
It would be a dome stadium.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
They'll
they
have to go
had
with
one down
Yeah.
there, and they traded it in for an undomed stadium. If I'm not mistaken, the other stadium in Houston is not a dome stadium, baseball stadium, right?
It's a retract.
Actually,
No,
the new one
the
is.
roof opens and closes.
It's retractable.
Oh, I see.
Has
Okay.
Has the Oakland Traders moved already?
yeah, they're the Los
We've already
Angeles.
played 1 year in
For a full
Vegas.
couple of years.
Los Angeles Traders. the
Well,
Oakland
I guess there's
Traders.
something. People must think that Oakland's a pretty shitty town if they're getting out of it that fast.
No, it's not that Oakland's a shitty town. It's just that they're not going to build a fucking pay for a stadium.
They don't want to spend the money for a new stadium. That's why.
Well, what's wrong with the stadium they have?
Don't make enough money on concessions.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they probably don't have those super boxes for the rich people.
It's really old and
More hot dogs.
it's a mausoleum.
Let me get something here. I got.
To play a ball game in that Oakland Coliseum,
Yeah, there was
foul
nothing wrong with
territory
the
is
old Cowboys
so
stadium,
big.
but they needed
there's a lot of
box.
foul territory there.
Yeah.
It's some of the biggest foul territory.
But it's one of
Many
the oldest
stadium.
stadiums in the league.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I remember when I moved to Houston. The Astrodome was about a couple of years old, and they had a real problem there because they had the skylight, and it was all crisscrossed like this, And when a high fly ball went up, they couldn't see where it was.
Lost it.
They lost it completely. So what they did is they then painted the windows on top of the Astrodome, and now all the grass died. So what did they do? They came up with a new product from Monsanto called Astrodome.
Yeah.
And I remember
Turf.
AstroTurf. Excuse me. What did I call it?
Astrodome.
Oh, yeah. So the Astrodome, they called it AstroTurf. And I was one of the first people ever to walk on AstroTurf because I went to the presentation of it. And they said, everybody come down to the field and feel how it feels. And I went, this feels like really stiff carpeting,
That on the players' knees.
But they had special cleats and stuff that they would wear to play on it and so on. And it became the standard of the business. And now, do they grow grass now in dome stadiums, or do they still use AstroTurf?
Yeah, that's why
Actually,
they
the one in
opened.
Milwaukee has a roof, but they got grass on the field there.
Oh, really? Okay.
Niners have grass.
There.
Well, hello to Kathleen. Thank you for joining us tonight, Schmoody. You and your owl that never leaves your balcony.
Oh, yeah.
We have woodpeckers.
You have woodpeckers?
Yeah, and they're dumb.
Wait a minute. How are they
I only
dumb?
have wood.
How are they dumb?
Okay, so in Tracy, they're like Woody Woodpecker. Brrrr, brrrr. Here they go, clunk, clunk, clunk. And half the time it's on the window.
Oh, really? I think
Probably the state of
what you've got
marijuana
there.
bush.
Well, no, what you've got.
Yes.
But what you've got there are retarded woodpeckers.
Oh, you can't say that word anymore.
No, they're
Oh,
high
excuse
on-
me. They're not
they're high on
retarded
marijuana.
woodpeckers. They
Okay,
are
mentally challenged.
They are special woodpeckers.
Yes,
The
special.
fentanyl.
Huh?
All the fentanyl out there in the valley. The peckers have gotten into the fentanyl and
No
crack.
fentanyl here, only marijuana.
The only marijuana up where she lives. She's in the Golden Triangle up there.
Yes.
Yes.
The Emerald Triangle.
I had a girlfriend who lived up there, and we would go to see her doctor that she worked for, and what his whole business was giving out these marijuana recommendations,
prescriptions,
and well, they weren't called prescriptions, they were called recommendations, so that they could go you could go and get some pot and whatever, and then he would take us up to his apartment, and he lived in Mendocino, and if he had that's the best pot I ever tried in my life. I mean, it was just ripe off the vine, right? And they forget it. They shipped all the crap out of town. They kept all the good stuff for themselves. What? What were you saying, Charlie?
Yeah, we don't even have medical marijuana in Texas.
Oh,
so
really?
I'm pissed off at Texas. They
Yeah.
just had their whole session and they wouldn't even take up the bill on it.
Well, we just legalized it here. So we're cool with that. Yes.
No, one time.
Jeff's got a comment. Jeff.
So, our weather has been kind of crappy for the last 6 months or something like that.
Mhm.
Look what I got to do.
What? Well, wait a minute. You got it. Yeah, oh, look at that. Oh, wow.
Sailing
Is
on
that
the
a
lake.
is that a boat?
Yeah,
That's
it's
your
a sailboat.
That's your wife sailing the sailboat.
God, I was gonna say your hairstyle changed.
I know. I got a different mustache.
When did you do
Yes.
that? When was that?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Nice.
That's in Long Island Sound.
That's
It's
very nice.
great.
Oh, look. What is that?
Oh, wait.
That's a dog at Ray Renati's place.
Are you sure it's not Ray?
No, that's a dog. That's
No,
Ray
it looks like
Renati's
Ray.
dog.
Look at the look on its face. That's Ray.
Yeah.
That's his new green screen.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to turn your mic on, Ray.
That was me.
Yeah, that was you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're home.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Doge.
Yeah. Anyway, I did something today. Hey, guess what did I do today?
Walk.
Huh?
You took a walk.
I took a walk, but I did something else.
Use the toilet.
No.
Loofed your
Or train.
I went about
think
I
a lot.
went about 2:30 in the afternoon.
Cat.
And no, I went about 2:30 in the afternoon. What news came through about 2:00?
The mask.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
I
So
took
you
my
ripped
first
up your
walk. I
mask.
took my first walk in a year and a half without a mask.
Without a mask.
Yeah.
Ooh. You know what it felt like the first time I ever went swimming nude.
Right?
You know?
Yeah, but this time you walked around, nobody cared. When you went,
And my
swimming-
balls still didn't feel free. You know.
That's right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. But it felt like the first time I ever swam naked. It was like, I'm not wearing a mask. Hell, and I was waiting for somebody to go, wear a mask, man. And I'm
Like
going
they
to say,
did when you were swimming naked.
and then I
Wear a
would say the
suit, man.
CDC told me I didn't have to. You know?
I just went to the park and I was the only one not wearing the mask.
Right.
Really?
Well, state of California
Yeah.
is not gonna loosen it right now.
Well, it
Oh, they're
isn't-
not?
I think they will. I think if the CDC
Well,
says
I've
it's
loosened
okay.
it for myself.
Well, I think if the CDC says it's okay, you know, I mean, are we going to listen to Dr. Gavin Newsom, or are we going to listen to the CDC and Dr. Fauci?
Exactly.
And what they're saying is, if you've had both your shots and you're 2 weeks since your last shot, you don't need to wear a mask anywhere. which is kind of a good deal because this is going to make people want to go out and get the shot, you know. But the question is how they're going to enforce it. Okay, how do they know if somebody's not wearing a mask that they've had their second shot?
They don't.
You know, what, they're going to show them the little card? Those things are being sold on eBay for like $20, you know?
Or less.
Crazy.
Or less, and you can fill them out. The thing that works, of course, is what I had on my phone, which is the thing that New York put out, which is the New York State wallet, which looks like this. Okay,
CDC
and then
said
you
it's
poke it on there, and what do you get? You get a barcode. Okay, so
Yeah, it's been copied already. The CDC said, actually, Dr. Fauci said that these things are not secure yet.
well, this is secure enough because this has to go. You have to go to the state to verify who you are, so they can look in their records. So they can look in their records and then issue you this. Okay. And so I had to go to the state computers in order for it to say, yeah, we have you listed. I put in my name. I put in my the date that I got my second shot, and there were a few other questions to make sure it was me. Okay.
Are you really Alex Bennett?
And then it vouched for me and said, go ahead. You know, you're cool. So.
Yeah, but some programmer will hack that.
Well, they might hack
Already
it.
been done.
I don't know if they
It's already been done.
I don't know if they can hack it necessarily, or at least
They
easily.
don't make a picture that looks like that.
And then some guy in Ukraine is like, I am vaccinated. I am Alex Bennett.
So if they can get into this huge gas pipeline, the state of New York is pretty helpless from somebody.
I don't think
Speaking of,
what?
do you see these idiots getting these plastic bags full of gasoline and putting it in the trunk?
And did you see where one car blew up?
Yeah.
No.
That's hilarious. A Hummer.
Yeah.
Was it a Hummer?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and you know the insurance doesn't cover that because you can't transport dangerous materials in your car and be covered by insurance.
It sounds like the guy was transporting dangerous materials before he picked it up.
Yeah.
His
Yes.
brain was dangerous. God, that's so
In his
stupid.
die-cast plastic Hummer.
Talk about Darwin Award.
No kidding.
Yeah.
But this is pretty hard to fake only because you have to go. It has to go to the state to approve it and have it say, okay, this is you. This is your card. Okay, so
We
it's
can't
better.
make Shrinky Dink like back in the 70s.
better than
little
those-
Shrinky
it's
Dink
be-
vaccination cards.
Well, the vaccination cards. I mean, they're so easily forged. You know
I'm printing one on my printer here.
what?
Yes.
I could just print one on my printer.
Are you
Yeah.
starting to sound like Dan Meyer now?
Gee, we haven't heard from Dan Meyer in a while either.
And the school district probably fired him for the things that he said on the Alex Bennett show.
Well, the thing is with Dan, I mean, he came on for like a 2 weeks solid, you know, and then he disappeared again.
Yeah.
You know.
How about Rob? How come Rob's not in it?
Rob?
Yeah.
Rob doesn't call anymore. He doesn't want to call anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's still doing the voice around here, but
He doesn't like Alan.
Al.
no, he felt that the politics was kind of getting him too agitated, and so he just didn't want to deal with it, you know. And he's got his own little thing he's doing. And
What do you want to talk about? Dryer sheets going round and round? I mean, no.
What's wrong with talking about dryer sheets going
I
around?
think politics is more exciting for a talk show.
Than dryer sheets? Are you kidding me?
Absolutely.
No,
come
I'll
on.
take dryer
Come
sheets
on.
over politics.
Well, let me ask you here, and this is important. What kind of dryer sheet do you use, Jeff?
No, I know.
What's your preference for dryer sheets? You know, for the what do you call it? Well, the softener thing.
Yeah.
Bounce.
You mean the stuff that we squirt in there?
No. You throw in the
Throw in
little
the dryer with your clothes when they dry.
dryer stuff. You know,
And
the
that
little-
way it leaves your clothes smelling nasty.
I don't do anything in the dryer. I
Same
don't do
here.
anything.
By the way, Marjorie won't let me use any of those
I don't blame her.
because she feels that the perfumes to begin with make her itch.
Oh,
Me too.
Okay, and I agree with her. It's she doesn't like those additives, but she's
They're
got
environmental problems.
Absolutely.
she's into this whole thing where like we have in the bathroom, so that we can spray after we lay a stink in the place. All right, but she uses the spray that has no. It's all natural, It's like natural citrus smell. And so now, whenever she has one on her side of the bed, and I have one on my side of the bed, and when either of us fart,
You get two different.
we spray. So now
You
the
have the
room is filled with this wonderful odor of orange spray mixed with farts, and
God forbid someone should fart again and you all go up in flames.
that's right. That's right.
It's when you fart, Alex, and say nothing, and she says, do you smell egg salad?
Hell no.
No, Kathleen and I used to have farting contests,
under the bus.
and I won, didn't I, Kathleen?
Oh my God.
Here's how I won. One day I had this back stairwell. It was kind of like a fire escape type stairwell. It was made out of metal.
We had the catwalk between the two apartments.
Yeah, and and I had you went
I
up
remember
these stairs, and
Yep.
one day I was walking up the stairs and she was walking right above me, about ass level,
Fire in the hole.
and I let one go.
Yep.
And you had to admit that was the best ever, right? I was
it
the
was
winner. I won.
hilarious.
I won.
I heard she had to jump out of the way.
No, you know what? Quite seriously, my mom would have been absolutely 100% proud. She would have said, "Oh yes, Alex," because my mom would have done that to us.
Yeah.
Totally.
So
Hey,
yeah.
would you guys mind having a contest on here?
No, we're through.
Yeah.
We're through with that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Plus the
What type
fact
of
that
contest?
she has a great disadvantage against me because I'm older than her, and
Yes.
and we fart a lot better and a lot more than younger people. So it would be an
Ray, if
unfair
we have a
advantage now.
contest, let me know. I'll eat a bunch of broccoli ahead of time. It's
Does-
only $2.99 a pound.
Wait a minute, does
right?
broccoli do it?
Yes.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
right.
When
Oh,
I
yeah.
had my son, and I would breastfeed my son, and I would take him over to my best friend's house. And then I'd get back, and man, the look she gave me, I was like, "Hey, sorry,"
Big
because she had
broccoli.
to change his diaper.
Oh, okay, all right, okay,
Bad.
yeah,
You bet. You bet. Broccoli.
Passing gas.
yeah.
You
Mm.
pass
But
it.
anyway, I got to tell you, this whole idea of not having to worry about masks. I mean, I had a really nice walk today, because the mask, I didn't feel lightheaded or whatever from wearing the mask while I was walking. And it felt really good. And, they say you don't have to maintain social distancing, but I do. I stay far enough away from other people so that I'm not playing with fire. But, what?
Fire in the hole.
Why was fire suddenly funny?
I don't know, because I thought of somebody lighting a fart.
Yeah.
Nice.
Totally.
I hate when you do that and the flame comes back and burns your ass hairs.
I know, it sucks.
In your hair, yeah.
Do you know,
It's because your headline.
I have to say this, I have never done that in my life.
Oh,
Me
I'm
either.
sorry.
I've never lit a fart.
Jeff
bad.
is over there nodding his head. I know he's thinking he's never been able to get a fart to
Okay,
go very
let me
far.
just take a little poll here because it's mainly guys, but I never know with Kathleen,
Nope.
How many of you have lit a fart? Would you raise your hands, please? Only
Lit?
Ray.
Really? Ah. That's because I was in a
It was
frat
for
house.
theatrical
Did that,
purposes.
finished his
I had
hair.
fun.
I would have thought Kathleen would have said she did it, but you never did,
Nope.
huh?
You know, the real question is, was it your own fart, Ray?
I can't remember. I was drunk. I think it was either my roommates or mine. It was one of ours or both.
The trouble is, when you're drunk and you're about ready to fart, you want to, I don't know, sometimes things come out more than farts. So
Yeah, well.
I just see the funny
That's a
side in life. I don't know.
Well,
Yep.
I'll tell you something. Methane, which is what that is,
Yeah.
okay, is a combustible gas, as you all know. But you didn't know that the biggest place that they have fires, methane fires, is in garbage dumps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because as things desiccate, they turn to methane, and sometimes they have these large fires. And they had a thing called the Shoreline Amphitheater down in
Mountain View.
Mountain
I
View?
live a
Yeah.
mile and a half
Mountain
away
View.
from it.
Is it still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there.
Well, the
hundreds of
back
times.
lawn, the whole thing was built over a garbage dump.
Yep.
And they had a back lawn where people sat, okay? And
Yep.
one day, all of a sudden, it started shooting up flames. It seems that they built
Pyrotechnics.
it
Yeah.
over the garbage dump.
Actually, that was
Yeah.
Ray in the corner.
Yeah. That was me after.
No, but they
a
built
bout
it
of
over
drinking.
they built it over a garbage dump, and the garbage dump, the methane was starting to, people would light up a joint or something, and all of a sudden, fuck, and
Fire in the hole.
yeah,
They, you know what they've done now is they put these vents in there.
hmm
There are vents in the grass, and then they've done that all over out there where they cover the dump, and like about every 100 feet there's a vent. So
when he
it can
says
come
dump,
out.
he really means dump. Yeah.
Real
Yes.
dump.
Real
Yeah.
dump.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
yes.
thought I'd try something different. Do you know where the biggest methane places are naturally?
Biggest
country?
methane places in the
You just said the dumps, and I'll buy that.
Bat
But there's
cave,
another place.
bat caves.
Union City.
There you go. Not Union City. Hey, I live close, but no.
No,
Where
Peter.
cows are raised.
Oh, well,
Oh,
Carl,
yeah.
on Highway
That was
5.
They are actually in California. You go down Highway 5, Harris Ranch in the middle of the
Oh,
state.
it's gross.
They're putting up tents and sucking up the methane and using it to power some power plant or something.
well, you know what?
Nice.
Here was my theory, and nobody ever took me up on it. We as humans produce methane too in our poop.
Sure.
That's why you can light a fart. However, it's not quality. In other words, if you want quality methane, cows have quality
Yeah,
methane.
exactly.
No, because they eat hay and grass and things like that, and these produce a very high quality methane. All right? But humans do produce methane, and my idea was we're flushing down perfectly good energy in New York every single day. Why don't they collect all the poop, extract the methane that they can get out of that, and help power the city?
There you go.
Now, am
Why
I
don't you
wrong?
That's that job.
Crappy
Send
idea.
that to the governor and see what type of response you get.
Well, no, I mean, but am I right?
I think that's
Yeah,
a
they're
good
doing
idea.
that.
Because
They're doing that all over the world. A lot of cities have waste management programs where they they transform their waste into energy.
yeah,
Man, that must leave a
It's kinda
beautiful
like-
smell in the air.
Monsters
Smell of
Inc., but it
crap.
would be Shits Inc.
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah. Well, people can
Hey,
make
Alex,
jokes
can I
about.
switch to my computer? Can I hang up and switch to my computer?
No, you can't. No,
Nope.
we won't allow you
You're
to.
fired. yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, let me ask a quick question of Charlie. I know you call Jack's show every night, right?
Yeah.
Last night when he played the music, did you hear it?
Yes, we did. First time ever.
See, I told him. I'd solve that. That's the problem I solved
Yeah.
over the phone.
The trouble was that I listened to it, the show. The music was on during the whole show.
No, it wasn't.
Kidding, I'm kidding.
I just wanted to make sure these guys could hear it. It was a very
How
simple
did you
problem to
Zoom?
solve. Huh? And
Rather
Jack
than
goes out and has these
Zoom,
people
or you-
come over and work on his computer and solve problems and everything. and they never ever thought of that one. You know, they never thought of that one. So for the longest time, you guys haven't been able to hear any music or, you know, whatever. So good. Anyway, oh, here comes Ray Renati. Shall we let him on?
Yeah.
Bro, who are you?
Here he comes.
Denied.
Denied. Yeah, I had a bunch of names tonight that I denied because they didn't look legit. Oh, there we go. Ray Renati, there we go. Okay. There's his
software green screen that's breaking him up.
No, he doesn't have a green screen.
No, I took it down.
Software green screen.
Yeah.
That's why the
cartoon face of
uses
Senator.
Well, they keep saying, you know, now we don't need to have a green screen anymore because blah blah blah. No, yes, you do. I mean, this is a green screen, okay?
Actually, I bought the one you have, Alex, and I'm going to compare it to my other one and see which one I like better.
Oh, you'll like this better. This is easy. This is like
I know. The only thing is I can't stand for like auditions, and also it doesn't have a blue side. The other one I got has a blue side, which I need, which is better.
No, it isn't.
Oh, okay. Well, no, they like it. No, if you don't put it back.
It used to be they used to use blue screens, and they still do in movies. But
I know.
They basically use blue screens for a while, but they changed to green screens because the idea was, especially when you're doing television, people would show up for the program. Show up for the program, for the show.
That was nice of your daughter to come on, Ray.
No. What I meant, Alan. Yeah, fine.
No, but what happened is people would show up. Chances are they were not wearing green.
Right.
Okay. And so it was far more useful. I mean, you know.
No, I get it. What I meant was like sometimes they want you to do a self-tape with a blank background, and you just use the blue, and it looks better than green. I mean, not as a, not for green screen.
Well, you can put up your green screen, and then you can run a blue picture.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Back of you.
There you go. No shit. Okay.
Do I have to solve these simple problems? Is this what I'm getting paid for on this show?
Buy a bunch of those dryer sheets. I think they're all green in color to start with.
Yeah, just glue them up.
You can hang them up, tape them together.
Yeah. But and let me see here. Anything happening in the news? Oh yeah. Well, they did you hear? What did they pay? The Consolidated paid the ransom for the hack, and the ransom cost them.
Because I heard they're back up.
Yeah, it cost them $2 million.
I heard $5 million.
No, I heard $2 million.
I don't
well,
know.
It doesn't matter. I think they shouldn't have paid it.
Yeah, that's pocket change for those guys.
Well, no. Here's the problem. Yeah, it was pocket change for them. They paid it. All right, but they're going to do it again to somebody else.
Yeah.
But if they didn't get their money, they might give up on the whole idea. And if maybe it was solved in other ways with people going in and fixing the hack.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's face it, what happens is they go in, they do something, and then your whole system is fine.
Hey.
What?
Oh,
My cat, I'm having ice cream and peanut butter, and she's like, hey, I'll take some of that.
Yeah.
I thought maybe that was one of those lost woodpeckers.
Yeah.
What? Someone got bribed? Is that what you're talking about?
Anyway, what?
Are you talking about somebody who got bribed?
No, we were talking about the Consolidated hack.
Oh, I didn't hear about this. I'll have to read about
the
it.
gas
Big
hack.
gas pipeline?
Oh, this has been going on for a week. A big gas hack, and the fact is that all they do is once you pay them the money, and they have you do it in Bitcoin. Boy, this Bitcoin is wonderful, isn't it? People can anonymously hold you for something for ransom and get you to pay them using Bitcoin. Anyway, they go for the Bitcoin deal, and they pay it off. But the fact is that, and then they give you a password that you put in, and it brings back all your stuff.
You hope.
And sometimes it does not bring back all your stuff, because my dad had a cardiologist appointment in Petaluma, and his cardiologist was like, well, we got hacked. for ransom. They took all the information. The FBI was involved, and this was in Petaluma. And so the hackers wanted 600 grand.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up paying 200 grand, and they lost 70% of their patient information.
Damn.
Really?
And it was apparently a group out of the Ukraine, according to the FBI.
That was a good day for them, a good payoff.
Yep.
The scary thing to me is what happens, you pay them off, they give you your software back. Now you got to spend all the money to find out if they left a back door in it so they could do it again later on.
Well,
and I asked him about the firewall, and I said, well, you know, what about upgrading your firewall? And he said, us being a small medical facility, it would cost us $2 million. So it was better that we just pay $200,000 than have to upgrade it.
Well, here's a hack that I heard about just the other day. I have what's called a QNAP, which is a RAID storage unit, in which I can store I have it set so it'll store 12 gigabytes of information.
Sure.
Okay, and it's redundant so that if, let's say, one of the hard drives goes bad, it still works. And then I just put in a new hard drive and it rebuilds that hard drive. That's what a QNAP does. QNAP got hacked a couple of months ago, about a month ago, with a ransomware program, and they were telling people who got hacked $500, and they figured they got thousands of people that they hacked, and so $500, everybody will just come up with and say, okay, I'd rather pay it than go through the problem.
Yeah.
But that only means they're going to try again. I didn't get hacked. Somehow I was oblivious to it. I don't know why. Maybe it's the way I have my QNAP set up. But they went in through a back door and fucked up everybody's machine, and then it took all the stuff and stored it in a file that had to be decoded. All your stuff into one place, where a locker where it had to be decoded. And you had to pay $500 to get the code. Now, somebody paid the $500, got the code, and then put the code online so that everybody else could use it and restore their machines. But I mean, they're even doing it to small people like me, you know. Although, as I say, I was lucky; they didn't go after me. But I'm thinking of changing companies and getting another thing other than a QNAP.
So I'm assuming you have antivirus, anti-malware software.
There's anti-malware software in the QNAP.
Right. Oh,
Wow.
okay. Wow.
And they upgraded it just after all this happened to prevent that particular hack from happening. That doesn't mean that another hack isn't going to happen. You know.
You have a hardware
I remember
and a
one-
software firewall? Oh,
What?
sorry.
Go ahead.
Do I have what?
Oh, I said, do you have a hardware and a software firewall?
No.
You have a software firewall, which is built into your security software, I'm assuming.
I don't know if I have a firewall, actually. I think I do on the Mac itself, yeah.
So like I'm at home, and all I do is play on the internet and get on your show and do email. I don't really need anything, but I have 2 anti-malware, ransomware programs on my computer, and I have a software and a hardware firewall.
Mm-hmm.
So a friend of mine works in the security business and got me all this stuff for free, but you know, it slows things down a little bit, but I don't know who'd want to hack me anyhow. Everybody out there, I don't have anything worth a shit. So, you know, but I don't keep passwords on my computer. A lot of people do. They log into their favorite sites, and I think they're looking for problems. I have a RAID like you do, or a backup drive or something like that.
What kind do you have?
It's a Western
What were you
Digital
going to say,
Black.
Kathleen?
Oh, okay.
So one time my big brother's visiting from Washington, and he gets a phone call, and he goes, okay, I'll take care of it. My brother goes, hey, check this out. This is a software I designed. So this is when you used to get charged for texts. So he goes, okay, this guy my buddy gave me this guy's number because he owes him some money. So this software I created, all I have to do is put in this number and say, where's my fucking money? As soon as I hit send, he goes 3, 2, 1, 15, 30, 45, 60. And so it kept charging this guy. 2 hours later, his buddy calls him up and say, hey, stop. He's at my house and he's paying me. So I said, do your friends fear you? And he goes, if they do, I don't know why. So the software on my computer, if anyone tries to hack, he goes, what happens is a cat follows the mouse back to the den and blows up the motherboard. So the guy gets another computer and he hooks up to the internet. It blows up the motherboard. The guy gets it. He goes, the dude literally has to move in order for him to ever be able to get on the internet. And I thought, holy shit.
Your brother wrote this program?
This is my big brother, Jeff. Like one time, I work on cars and I said, I'd like a program.
This isn't the one that worked for, what, LucasArts?
No.
Okay.
This is my big brother, Jeff. He's a year older than me. Yeah. So I said, I'd like a program where I can work on cars that it gives me the expanded, the whole schematic. And he goes, oh, yeah. So he calls me up and he goes, here, download this. Here's the registration for it. And so I go, okay, and I go, holy shit, it's a Mitchell program, and it automatically updates. So I want to work on my Jetta. It gives me everything I need to do with the schematics all blown up.
You're confusing me.
Well, I know I'm talking car stuff, and if I need the car worked on, what it does is you put in your zip code, and it'll say, what do you need done? You type in, and it'll say, it should only cost between this and this. And I go, how much does this program cost? And it goes, $7,000.
Yeah, wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Isn't it nice to have?
Wait a minute. There's something wrong. There's something wrong with my computer right now. I'm somehow Ray Renati has a mustache and eyebrows.
Well, I've had those all night. What are you talking about? I mean, I've been trying to get to Charlie for years now, and I finally made it. And you give me a hard time.
You even have like a spit.
It's a soul patch.
Soul
it's called
patch.
a soul
patch, like I have here.
And that was hard.
Stingers.
Stingers or push start.
And what about the eyebrows?
Well, that's penciled in, but
Lee
I mean, I learned that from my Filipino cleaning lady, but it's fine. Why is it moving? Shit.
You look like a Mexican pimp.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
Reynosa Renati.
Hey. Ándale, pendejo. Chica la madre.
Taco Bell.
When did you put that on? At what point in this program? Was that when you went around the back?
No, I just did it like 25 seconds ago.
Oh, really?
You saw it like right away.
Well, of course I saw it right away.
Alex is on top of it, Ray.
That's his job. He's a professional.
Charlie got 6 Z's, 6 minutes of sleep the other night before Alex noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to wake him up. That was tough waking you up, Charlie. I mean, you were like gone.
That's right. Ray came over and offered to fart in your room, and that got you up.
Yeah.
So anyway,
he looks like Gaucho Renati.
Groucho Renati, I love
Groucho? Groucho? Oh, where's my glasses?
He's got to be missing a front tooth to be Groucho.
That's perfect.
The little birdie comes down and says hello.
Actually, you look good.
I know. I'm gonna have to go this way, I think.
So, John Larkin, right? How's your health? You got rid of the shingles are gone?
Not well. I'm not sure it really was shingles. Because whatever it is, it still itches.
By the way, folks, welcome to our program where we talk about our health problems.
Yeah.
Babies?
I don't know. It's psoriasis, maybe. It's only on my scalp.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Might be psoriasis.
It's not quite as bad as it was. But...
You tried washing your hair?
But John, you're the reason I got the shingles vaccine.
Yeah.
Really? You and John were like close?
No, because of the pain he was in. I didn't want to be in pain.
Nope.
I have the shingle. I got the shingles shot. I got the shingles once too, up in Mendocino. I went to Mendocino when I went to Mendocino. I went to see that doctor because I had this thing here that was just killing me right around my eye. And I went over, and he said, "Oh, you've got shingles." And I said, "I thought that was something you got in your ass." You know, I mean, it always sounded like something you should get in your ass, right?
Shingles.
And he said, "No, this is what this is," and blah, 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 blah. And go over quickly. Here's a prescription. Get the prescription filled. Start taking the pills. He said, "Because you're just about 2 days away from losing your sight."
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So I took it, and it cleared it up. And it's never come back. But the funny part about it is that in order to have the shingles, you had to have had, what do you call it when you were a kid? Chicken pox.
Yeah.
And I had never had chicken pox, to my knowledge. Okay? And then I had a girlfriend who came down with chicken pox at 23, and I never caught it. She said, "Oh, you're going to get it for sure." I mean, like, she wanted me to have it for sure. But, you know, you're going to have it for sure. And I never got it. And as I thought back on it, the reason I probably never got it is somewhere when I was a kid, I may have gotten chicken pox, but a very light version of it that I didn't know I had it, you know, and nobody noticed that I had it and that I had it. And then, you know, I was resistant to it once I was exposed to somebody else who had it. So that later on, when I got this, of course, it all made sense. At some time, I had to have had chicken pox, but not known it. So
I had it when I was 26, chicken pox, and I was in Utah.
Wow.
And I broke out all over. And I went to the hospital, but I wasn't sick. I just had the pox when I was itching. Yeah. I wasn't ill.
Yeah.
I had it in high school.
You had it in high school?
Wow.
Yeah. Did you ever get shingles? Do you get a shingle shot? I would go get a shingle shot.
Shingles.
Oh, I would go get a shingle shot just to be on the safe side.
Pox, you can have shingles.
Yeah, because if you had shingles, you could have chicken pox. I got it at 60 or something like that. You know, the shingles.
The shot.
Yeah.
Go get the shot. It's 2 easy shots.
It's so easy. It's worth it. Don't want shingles because they can make you really, really sick.
Absolutely.
As Alec just said.
Well, you had it, right, John Larkin? That was your problem.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what it was, you know. I mean, I thought it was, but, you know, there was no, it's only on my scalp, you know, and it just itches.
Where did you go? Where did you go to have it analyzed?
I went to Kaiser. But
Oh, well, that's the reason why you don't know.
Yeah, they didn't really analyze it. They just go, here, take these pills, and the pills never really helped that much. And
Oh, really?
They gave me like this, you know, stuff you rub on your skin for arthritis. And I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking rub that shit in my hair.
Yeah, your hair can go gray.
Yeah, I was like fucking Ben Gay. I'm gonna put that in my
No
hair.
wonder your hair got gray. Jeez.
My hair's always been gray since you guys have known me.
Yeah.
But you know, that's the least of my worries. I got a transvestite who lives in the room next to me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And she screams and argues with herself. I mean, just, you know, like.
Let's go over there and keep her company.
No, I mean, just, you know, like she'll be just yelling and screaming, and I'm like, fuck, is there somebody in there, or is she just screaming at herself? It's crazy. Life in the Tenderloin.
So where's Neary tonight? Neary isn't here either.
Yeah.
It's Thursday. A lot of times he works at his new plant on Thursdays.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Maybe I was just thinking maybe he's just tiring of the game, you know.
Does Patrick come on anymore?
Patrick was on about a week ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he came by about a week ago.
Good to see him.
Yeah. But Neary, you know, maybe he's tiring of the game a little bit. I don't know. But
how could you get tired of this?
Oh, easy. You know.
Get that hot wife to spend time with.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. You know.
I think that we ought to go back to you taking your temperature every 15 minutes.
I don't need to anymore. You know, that fear is gone now. I mean, that was the worst medical fear I've had in my lifetime.
Yeah. For all of us.
You know, I mean, especially if you're older, you know.
Like most of us are.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, they didn't
Jeff.
even take my temperature when I went to the doctors.
Really?
Vic quit doing it. I mean, 3 months ago they did, but today they didn't.
Does anybody know the difference between, since we're on medical stuff, an oral thermometer and a rectal thermometer?
Oh my God, this again. Yes.
A rectal thermometer is like from the 70s.
And you stick it up
An
your
oral
ass.
thermometer.
So I looked it up. Okay, the rectal thermometer has a longer piece of metal at the end.
No, it has a thinner, stubbier.
Oh.
Oh, you got them mixed up?
Oh.
Shit.
No wonder it tasted so funny.
I thought they were making them chocolate flavored.
Damn
it.
I think the rectal thermometer would be longer.
But no, I
All
mean,
right, they're stubbier.
supposedly rectal thermometers are more accurate.
They are.
Yeah.
In France, that's all they do. Like when you go to France, take your temperature.
Well, they figure you like it, you know.
Oh yeah, they do. It's like I want to take my temperature.
I always like to talk. I always like to talk about this doctor here in New York. That every time I would go to him, no matter what was wrong, I got a splinter in my hand. Okay, fine.
Uh-oh.
Bend over.
Bend over, and then he would stick his finger up my ass. This every time I went to him, no matter what I had, he stuck his finger up my ass. And finally, I said to him one time, "Really, this is true." I said, "Why is it every time I come in here, you stick your finger up my ass?" He says, "You like it, don't you?"
He's checking your temperature, Alex. He sticks your finger in there, and when you walk out, he licks it off.
Oh, stop it! Stop
I'm
it!
making a joke
Stop
out of
it!
it. Sorry.
Stop it! I don't want to get demonetized for this show tonight. Okay.
Monetized.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You know, COVID didn't scare me at all. COVID, I worried about my son, but once they shut everything down, he was at home. But for me, I was like, just wear a mask, wash your hands. I mean, for
well, also you lived in a suburb kind of area, and so
I was working for frickin' Costco,
Oh,
but luckily I was
okay.
working in their freezer building, which is
Right,
38
right.
degrees, which probably killed the virus, but I don't know.
Oh, by the way, thank God for Costco. Today they said saved me another $25. You know, with their pharmacy, their mail-in pharmacy. Terrific, the best.
It's the way to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna check that out.
And they are so pleasant to deal with too. They're just an absolute delight. You know.
And you know, working for them, they were an absolutely wonderful company. I mean, I started in October and by February I was employee of the month. But, you know, it took them a while to realize, you know, I worked for a company where nothing was on a pallet.
Yeah.
And so when I won I was shocked. They were all speech. And I said, hey, listen, man, you guys are spoiled.
Well,
where
I've
I
got
came
to
from."
shut you down right now because we're coming to
What?
the end of the show here. You hear that music?
Yes.
I hope you hear the music.
Everything's got all the red out. It looks nice. Her glowing skin and everything. Look at
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
Alex didn't even notice that. He noticed the Frito Bandito man over here.
Well, his mustache is gone now. Thank you, Trucker Steve. Good to see you again. Happy birthday. If I don't have a chance to wish you happy birthday, I'll do but hopefully I'll do it tomorrow night. Alan, thank you for being with us. Charlie Wallace, always a pleasure. Of course, it's wonderful to have John Larkin with us and Jeff with us and Kathleen, better known as Schmoody. Wait a minute, did you just put that on?
Yeah, I just grew a new one.
Oh, that's one of the ones that you can put on through the thing. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, listen. I'll see you. I'll see you again tomorrow night. Same time. Yeah. Give yourself a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye at you. Okay. As we say goodbye to our people out there. There they go. Bye. For some reason, I'm all stiff again and kind of got a little lag and so on. I don't understand this. What is this? Anyway, that's it for tonight. I'm Alex Bennett. We'll see you again tomorrow night, 10:30 Eastern Daylight Time. Jack Bishop is next. He's here with the intersection. In the meantime, I'll see you tomorrow night. Same time, same station in life. And in the meantime, as always, if you see her, tell her I love her, okay? Bye-bye, everybody. And be safe out there. If you have to and you aren't vaccinated, wear a mask. And if you need to wear a mask, go get vaccinated. See you tomorrow night. Bye.